Hey, nice. Look at that view.
Hey, nice view.
You like that view?
Yo, let's blow stuff up.
Damn.
Blowing stuff up. Whoa.
Oh, we got an echo.
We do have an echo. Do you guys have an echo on stream? Oh, that's not what I meant to do.
Is the audio from the computer doubling up somehow?
It shouldn't be. Test.
Should we redo our intro?
Oh, there we go.
Check.
Is everybody good?
Check.
It's a professional
All right.
podcast, ladies and
Listen, guys.
gentlemen.
Fuck it.
Fuck it.
This is how
We're
life
audio
goes.
engineers.
Yeah.
Yeah, and OBS is surprisingly difficult. Folks, welcome back to the Producer Lounge.
Welcome back.
And good on you for being here for the live show.
Yep.
We're going to talk about music production. It's your weekly music production broadcast. It's 268. Yes,
Wow.
268.
Wow.
I know.
It's a lot.
Wow.
It is a lot.
It's the only time that's going to happen.
It's the only time it's going to happen.
Yeah, it's true.
It's a
And the
special
guest that we have this week, guys,
Oh, no.
Oh.
is none other than smokeA.
Oh.
Thank you.
Shawnee boy.
Shawnee boy.
He showed up.
I'm gonna start just calling you Shawnee.
Yeah. That's what my family calls me.
Really?
Shawnee.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go.
Shawnee
I'm
Wasabi.
fam, dude. I'm fam now. That's
Fam
what that
now,
means. Give the folks your plugs if you have any.
Just smokeA music on Instagram, and I think just smokeA on SoundCloud. I don't really have a lot of music out on Spotify and the other platforms right
Okay.
now. I've been kind of just doing a lot of Bandcamp and
Oh,
SoundCloud
sick.
right now.
Sick.
But yeah, SoundCloud, Bandcamp, smokeA. Yeah.
Is
Colon between the A and the M too.
That's what I was going to
Right.
say.
Stylized.
Stylized, guys.
Yeah. smokeA::M.
Yeah, so you got it.
Slick.
Yeah. And as for us, smash buttons on the screen to follow us and support us. We got a Patreon. You guys could go check it out. I just put a sidechain video on there.
Ooh.
Super original stuff, but mine's unique. So whatever. It's
Yeah.
my sidechain setup.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah.
Right.
If we're having a little bit of a slow start here, you can skip ahead if you're on YouTube.
Yep.
Fuck it.
And if not,
Don't just leave. Go skip ahead and see if we get cooking, because we're gonna get cooking. We always do.
we get cooking. Yeah, you got to heat up the barbecue. So thanks for coming on the show, man.
Of course, yeah.
Stoked to have you here.
Yeah, I've been watching you guys do your thing for a little bit now.
I
Fuck
know.
yeah, dude.
I know.
Yeah.
I'm surprised we're just now getting you on. Like,
Yeah.
I only just officially met you. Well, we've met a couple
We've met
times.
around, but
Yeah.
yeah.
Not super official.
yeah. So
Yeah, we spat on the hand and shook. the whole shebang.
Oh, you got off lucky when we met.
Oh, Cox.
we did a blood pact.
Oh,
Jesus
cut our
Christ.
hands.
Wow.
Yeah. That's how Sean rolls, dude.
I got a new starter question that I think is good.
Okay.
Ooh.
And it's not a crazy thing, but I'm curious about what is your kind of approach typically when you're making music? What's like your what was the word that I meant to say?
Process?
Process is the word I was
Oh,
thinking
okay.
of. Yeah.
How
do you think about your
lately-
process?
Also, bring this mic up.
bring this
You
mic
want
up.
it all close.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is that better?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah.
Okay. I've been starting with a lot of like sample digging on YouTube.
Big ups.
There's like this kind of like website called Samplet.
Yeah.
IO.
yeah.
.io.
And it kind of
yeah.
like, if you constrict a lot of the filters to what you want, like you can constrict it by region and by kind of like genre and things like that. You can really find some gems on there, like, and some stuff that maybe people haven't used in the past. But a lot of it starts, I'll be like kind of just ripping through Samplet, find some cool vinyl samples on YouTube, and if I find something I like, I'll just kind of go in and see kind of how I can chop it up or stretch it out or pitch it down, and
What it do?
yeah, just
Yeah.
see what it do, get kind of a vibe going. But I really like starting tracks with a kind of like a vinyl sample or something lately, because it's very easy to start building the rest of the track because there's already a vibe built into it a bit. You don't have to be like, oh, what chord progression am I going to write? What all this crap, you know? You don't have to know much about music theory, I guess, and you can just kind of rip off that. But then, I'll just kind of do some drums and just kind of see where the track takes me. A lot of it's been very ADHD lately. I haven't really been sticking to one certain process, but really just starting the track with the vinyl, I say, is like the biggest thing I've been on lately.
Okay, nice. Nice, yeah, that's sick.
It's always nice to have a little starter thing to work off.
Yeah, especially melodic.
Yeah.
And I'm a drummer, so I didn't really learn a whole lot of the melodic, side of the stuff. I'm good with the rhythm, and like starting with kind of something that's already got it built in really helps me. And then also Ableton's nice too, because now, you can just drag the audio into a MIDI track and it will convert like the FFT into MIDI for you. And then you can kind of take that and you could, make your own chords out of it, make your own pads out of it, or kind of arpeggiate the notes you got and just like build around the key and the chords that the sample's made out of. I think, I don't know, it helps me a lot because I did a few years of piano, like in middle school or something, but I'm not like the greatest, which is like, oh, here's, this is a crazy chord progression I'm going to write. It's mostly just like sounding it out or, doing a vinyl sample, honestly.
Yeah.
Right.
And then your song kind of gets a different flavor of it too, I think, because a lot of, especially if you're ripping them off of YouTube, a lot of those ones can be really kind of lo-fi, low quality sometimes, but mixed in with, some kind of modern drums or modern processing, you can just make it sound like really nice and warm and gooey and nice.
Right.
Some
Warm and
OTT
gooey.
bringing that high end out of it.
Yeah, well, and RC22 is a big one.
RC20's goated.
I've been using their distortion a lot.
Their distortions are nice. The tube on that bad boy is really nice.
Yeah, and it's like, I would eventually like to get some like different modular gears and, stuff like that, but for now, I'm kind of just all working within the computer, but RC20 is like such a great way to like give your sound kind of a different flair of like that analog flavor that I really enjoy.
Right, yeah. I definitely agree. And the thing that Scope was talking about at the Sunday school where he does a little squiggle of MPE at like the end or the beginning of a note, just because it just like, it adds a little
the pitch warbling.
Yeah,
he did a crazy I was really like studying that patch because that's a lot of the sound I try to accomplish a lot is like that humanistic analog flair, but the way he did it was just like different pitch warbles affecting different things,
like four different ones at once. I was like more
but it makes it sound humanistic too, because I mean also like if you ever like see someone just talking on a spectrogram or something like that.
Yeah, you can see
you'll really see like they have a fundamental and their pitch will just kind of keep riding. So if you want that human flair, like affecting the pitch like that, I think is a good move.
For the people at home, we went to the Black Box on Sunday, and for 2 hours, Scope went through some sounds that he was making, talked about how he was making those sounds and whatnot. And this specific thing we're talking about is he had some chords playing essentially just a sine wave, I guess.
Yeah, it was just a sine wave.
And he had gone in the MPE and individually on the notes, he might have them ramp in or up or whatever, but like the really fun thing was toward the end of each chord, he would start a wiggle of randomness.
Yeah,
just
you can do it by note too.
Note by note.
Yeah.
So each one just has a little right at the end.
Yeah.
And it just, it did a crazy thing. And then on top of that, he had multiple other things within the patches that was creating some kind of a random pitch effect.
Yeah, like a pitch drift on like three other things.
Yeah. Just give that subtle movement.
And it was, it was so just, it's vibey. It's so vibey.
Good.
Yeah, well, like a lot of those great pianos, like that you'll find in music from the 70s and all that. That's like a lot of that too, I think, because I don't know, just go from sampling a lot of that music, I'll hear it and I'll be like, oh, this just sounds really nice. And then you'll try to recreate it with your own serum patch, and I don't know, sometimes it doesn't work as well. But the way he showed it, I really want to try sometime. It's very simple, but it adds a lot, honestly.
Right. It's a little bit adding to a lot. Yeah. Like you just do little tiny movements and you do a lot of them. Yeah. And then you're like,
it's very those UK or across the pond DMB boys. Right. Do that thing a lot.
Yeah.
Like a lot of those guys are doing that kind of vibey moves on their chords.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
We have a question for smokeA.
Okay.
You use a lot of reverb, but your music doesn't turn into mush. Can you explain your method for reverb?
Ooh,
that's actually a really good question.
Yeah. Great question coming from Jacob Waters.
So, I have kind of some Ableton racks set up for reverb throws.
Yep.
But what I do with every kind of time I'm using reverb or like putting it into a chain or something, after the reverb, I'll EQ out like pretty much all the muddy and a lot of the top end. So like the reverb's actually only playing in a very constricted
like a band
way.
Pass,
basically. It's basically just a band pass. But it's like, if you make a chain in Ableton and you have the dry and the wet, after the wet chain, just put a EQ and kind of constrict a lot of those. And it can really help, keep away from what he's talking about, which is like, yes, if you use a lot of reverb, your mixes can end up just getting very smeared and kind of, muddy sounding or whatever you want to call it. But yeah, I'd say like really constricting that reverb and like making sure it's good. But also like, I've been experimenting around too with just like, instead of doing per track reverbs, like have a different reverb on each track, either use the sends in Ableton or just on your bussing group that you're putting all your basses or whatever you want on, just like have that run the reverb. But then also I think what could help too is a lot of my sounds, unless it's like a pad sound, I'm usually not just putting a straight reverb, but that just rings out on it. I'm actually like, I'll just control the throw of it kind of and have it come in when I want and then hard cut exactly where I want to. So you don't get a lot of that feedback of that too.
Are you using Ableton?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
How are you doing your throws?
So I'll have, I'll bring in a reverb onto a track and you group it and you create another chain within like the little, there's in your
like
group.
A parallel.
Yeah, it's parallel
channel.
processing. You create a dry chain, and then on your wet chain, you put your reverb dry wet all the way up, and I'd hone in the decay amount, like depending on if you want a really large reverb throw, like I think like Vector and a lot of those guys use, you can just turn the decay amount all the way up. But then within the wet chain, and this was a tech that Justin actually backleft. I think he did a video on his Instagram about
friend of the show.
Friend of the show. Yeah. But you have like a control for the in gain and a control for the out gain on the wet channel. Macro all those out. So basically, you can really control when your signal gets passed through it, and then also like when you can cut it off with the out gain.
Yep.
And then a lot of it, you can just really just use that out gain to do crazy throws. I don't know. I just got these Valhalla reverb too. Those just sound really nice. For the longest time, I was just using the stock Ableton, and honestly, the stock Ableton reverb sounds pretty good too. But and I mean that's basically it. And then the EQ too. Before, like right after the reverb, you could do the EQ before, but I think a lot of reverbs already have a pre-EQ built in. I know the Ableton one does.
Add some bleed.
Yeah, it definitely will still add some bleed. And then also another thing, OTT on the wet chain can help. Just like
now we're cooking.
Slamming it, kind of. So that when you do the throw, or when you open up the out gain, it kind of just goes whoosh, it just like fully fills it in. But I love reverb though. I love putting reverb and delay on and echoes on things because if you think about like putting a sound, like a digital sound in a real space, reverb, delay, all these things can really emulate that kind of like, oh, it sounds like it's in a room.
Right. Yeah.
You know. But
Exactly.
yeah, controlling your reverbs really, I feel like, I don't know who said it. Someone said like one of the biggest mistakes a lot of beginners make is just like way too much reverb, way too much decay, way too much feedback, and it can really affect if you're doing like clip to zero or limiting. It can also really kind of affect that too. If there's just all this extra information going on. Yeah, I hope that answered your question though. I don't know. It's a good question, honestly. I love reverb though. That like putting. Just like getting a cool sample, like this has been a lot of what I do lately too, is finding a cool sample, just or a little bit of a sample, pitching it down a bit, and then just slamming it with like a bunch of reverb, and then just having that be like the main pad of the track. Instead of like making like a pad in Serum or something, you can just really like kind of make your own pads out of samples too. I love doing that lately.
Let's go. Yeah. You just will drag in like the 2-bar loop or whatever and drown it, or just like even a section of the loop.
If you just get like a jazz sample or something that's just like a piano or like some type of saxophone, you can just get just a little bit of it, like a little piano chord or something.
Nice.
Just slam it with some reverb, echo, delay, whatever, and then you can kind of build your track around that too. But I don't know. That's just been a fun thing for me to do lately.
Let's go. So when you're EQing your reverbs, are you focusing on trying to have certain elements be like a little higher up with your bandpass and a little lower, or are you just kind of cutting out most of the fluff and kind of calling it good and just not having a lot of reverbs going at once?
It probably depend on the sound, honestly. Like some sounds just kind of depend, I guess. But just like a high cut and a low cut, kind of focus in on the kind of upper range. I'd say like, 500 and up or 1,000 and up. Kind of, hone in on that. Like it's like in audio engineering. So I think that's parts like really where you find clarity in your mix and things like that. But it also is mostly just cutting out the mud. You could keep the high end opened up still, and it probably still sound good. But just like cutting out the mud so that you don't have all these frequencies overlapping all the time and stuff too. Because a lot of people always say, you got to cut at 300, cut at 200. But the reasoning why you usually have to do that is because if you think about different kinds of sounds, almost all of them have something in that range. So they just start overlapping and start like clouding each other. That's why people always end up cutting a lot of that range. But and also where kind of like the mud of your sound probably lies. But if you also want like a more hi-fi sound too, I think that can help a lot too, is just like getting rid of a lot of those frequencies, or at least in a tasteful way, don't make your mix sound completely dead and just like fucking high-end like shit.
Right, of course.
But I'm no expert, I'll be honest.
It seems like per sound is the move on the low, cutting out the low end.
It depends on what you're
working with. Cutting out the high end too.
Yeah.
I like trying to. I'm gonna cut a lot of low end just as I'm building a sound in general. But after the fact, I'm gonna go through and reassess. Okay, what's the low end looking like now? That it's kind of in its done phase, and I gotta like make it perfect.
Yeah. Well, and also I feel like if you're playing your sound back on like some big speakers or something, if you just pretty much cut out way too much of that like low mids and stuff, your mix it's not going to have that like oomph to it.
Yeah, the weight.
It's not going to have as much weight to it, and so you also got to be kind of careful too. But I don't know, I'm no expert with it, but it's you always got to go by your own sound and your own ear with it a lot too, I think. There's not a right way to really do everything.
Feedback from people. And I think like a fun way to test is just like slam your fucking master into a limiter nice and slow and just see what starts to distort first. All right, what's in the way? And like until it gets to just the sub, like at least you're at like a relative slope. When
I'm working lately a lot too, I'll just have everything kind of slamming into a limiter already. Not even like meant to be the final mixer master, but just to see like what is going to happen.
Right, exactly.
Because if you mix your whole tune and then you slam it into a limiter. Sometimes you go, what the heck?
Yeah.
Or, like, what just happened? Like, but if you're kind of working already, kind of, you know, not fully slammed, but just a little bit slammed into
Pretty
a
hot.
limiter or a clipper on your master, you can kind of start telling really quick what's going wrong and what's going right.
Right, like, oh, that my kick is way too loud.
Yeah.
Everything's.
Oh yeah, I put a nice little master chain on my master while I'm working.
Yeah.
Once it's going,
Yeah.
then I'm like, okay, let me add a few things onto here.
No, it gives you good feedback
It's
while you're
fun.
going. Yeah.
It's more fun. It's loud. It's fucking,
Yeah. Chunky.
yeah.
It's always weird though when you turn off the master and then work on it again. Everything sounds all like thin, and you're like, oh, it's weird now.
When I do that is when I go to mix it, and I print everything and have everything at 0 when I start anyway. So it's a whole new fresh mix from the beginning of that. So I don't notice the difference.
Yeah, I had the last EP I released, I got mastered by Seppa.
Let's go.
But it was
Shout out
like,
Seppa, friend of the pod.
yeah, he's awesome. He did a really wonderful job with the masters. But before I sent it to him, you know, all the tracks were pretty much already like crushed, like how I usually like, you know, make them loud. But I had to take all that back and then kind of reassess the mix too a bit,
Right.
Because, you know, things sound a lot different when they're not being pushed, and I wanted the mix down what he was getting to be like, you know, as much as I wanted it to be, with everything balanced. So that's kind of interesting. Definitely part of that.
Yeah, fun to like get done and ready to mix it, and you print it all down to audio.
Yeah.
Whole new project. Now you're starting from scratch. But you know the track, and you're just making like small moves.
Yeah. Yeah.
time.
Well, and I just wanted
fast
it.
and
I wanted
fun.
it to be so he just basically had to turn it
Right,
up, basically.
right.
You know.
Yeah.
Didn't have to do a lot of.
Well, yeah, that's how a good mix should do. You know.
Well, yeah, and a good mastering engineer should know, like, you know, what problems need to be addressed in the mix and what problems he can address in the mastering. I think I really liked working with Sep for that, because he did. You know, there's one snare I think I was using that was a little too harsh, but he told me you just go fix it in the mix or put out a different snare instead of him trying to like fix it from all this top-down processing, which I don't think ever sounds better. There's some problems you need to go right down to the root and fix it, and you're not going to be able to fix it through some mastering chain, you know?
Right.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're inserting like one dynamic, like band.
One node.
Yeah, just only when the snare hits. Like, how annoying is that even?
Well, yeah, and it just sound better to go fix it yourself in the mix, honestly. Like,
Right.
Oh yeah, totally.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah, John said when I remember like years ago, Seppa did one of his tunes, and he was like, turn the hi-hats down. And John was like, sick. I turned my hi-hats down.
Yeah.
Like, okay, cool.
Yeah.
Good feedback.
And then from then on, he was probably like
mastering.
really aware of his hi-hat levels, just working on other songs in the
Yeah.
future.
Right. Totally. Yeah. Get your stuff mastered, guys.
Yeah.
No,
You know?
I would say, for like beginners to, you know, getting your things mastered, like having someone who really knows what they're talking about go in on your track can help.
Yeah.
I really liked getting them mastered this time. Like, I could probably do it myself, but there's certain things I'm still kind of figuring out with like pushing the master and keeping it loud but not like super blown out sounding and things like that. And I think it was really good to like hear someone else push my tracks and hear, okay, maybe I'm using too much high end, maybe I'm not using too much high end, maybe I'm like pushing these a little too much so they're a little too distorted. Like, it was really good feedback getting your tracks mastered. And also the tunes I played that he mastered at the last show I played sounded way better than mine. Yeah. Well,
Nice.
you probably couldn't notice it. Maybe like I probably only noticed it because I'm
you're
writing them. I'm
hyper-aware.
hyper aware of it all. But I was like, oh
exactly.
man, those kick drums
They
are
hit
hitting way
harder.
better. Like,
Let's go. At the Cervantes show? Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah,
Okay.
that's crazy.
yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah, we could take this opportunity to say we do mixing and mastering. So,
It's true.
Hey,
you know, hit us up.
shout out.
Always400.com.
Yeah, contact page. I guess, right? Something like that.
Something like that.
Yeah. Yeah,
No,
that's the best way to go.
Yeah. Sick. That was a fun little run.
Yeah, it was a fun rant.
Yeah. Reverb is a fun one. I'm always fascinated by people's approaches to reverb. Because you can go deep with that shit.
Oh,
you can get so aware.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think a big focus of mine lately is to just try and have, like you were saying, like if you have too much reverb happening, it can easily just become a mess. Like,
Oh, yeah.
I'm trying to be super aware of having just like one reverb at a time happen. Or if there's two, I've been like panning one left and panning one right.
Oh, that's
Kinda
smart.
move.
I like that. That's a
Yeah.
good idea. I should
Yeah.
try that. I've been using convolution reverb a lot
it's
the
so
past
good.
few years too. Like convolver, kilohertz convolvers, just
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
awesome. Honestly,
Yeah.
I mean, there's some other ones you could probably find. The hybrid reverb, Ableton stock hybrid reverb, actually sounds really good too. You can set it to convolution mode on
Yeah.
it.
Right.
And it'd just be like a straight convolution reverb. The spring reverbs in the Ableton stock hybrid reverb, those spring reverbs sound so good on
Yeah,
like
I'm jealous of those.
snares and
Yeah.
all that.
Damn.
Like, yeah, I love that one.
I love a good spring.
Convolver's great too. I love putting
Yeah.
convolver on pretty much everything. Basses, putting it in my reverb chains sometimes, too. Like,
Yeah, and going into the weird other impulse responses, like they have like glitch ones and phase ones.
Yeah.
Like they start doing weird stuff
Yeah.
sometimes.
Yeah.
Sometimes I'm just bored trying to figure out a thing, and I'm like, oh yeah, there's all these extra things in here. I should
Yeah.
try
yeah.
and see what they do.
I really like the cabinet ones. They're like
Mhm.
modeled
nice.
after kind of like guitar amps and
Yeah.
things like
Yeah.
that.
Those are
Those
great.
ones, they're usually a little shorter too. Perfect for like basses
Yeah.
and things
Right.
like that.
Right.
you
It
know?
like puts it right in
Yeah.
a spot.
Yeah, and then you can just slam it through distortion and compression. And
Yes.
it's just like it
Yeah.
brings your bass a little more to life, I think.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It makes it a
Yeah.
little more physical.
Oh,
I
yeah.
like, if I'm gonna use those for a reverb, I like throwing another reverb after them because they're static. It's like a shape. I imagine it like when you send something through a convolver, it's just like a hard, like physical shape that's being made. So I'm always like, ooh, a little bit cognizant of it. Like, at least put a delay after it to like spread it out or something.
Yeah. Or if you got multi-pass, just put it on the mids too a lot.
Yeah.
That could help. Like, splits, multi-pass splits up your chain low, mid, high.
Yeah.
Just
Right.
put it on the mid and kind of restrain it a bit. It's kind of like how
Yeah.
the end of the EQ on the reverb chain I was talking about works. But, just kind of have it just be on the mids kind of.
Find a
With
sweet
basses
spot.
can help. Yeah.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah.
Do you guys ever try and play around with like phasers or comb filters
yeah.
or any extra filtering in the reverb?
Oh yeah.
Yes.
That's good. I
Yeah.
haven't done that in a while. That's
Bro.
fun.
Yeah, I
just
honestly
comb
kind of
filter.
forgot
Bro.
about it until just now too.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It's such a fucking good move. A phaser, a chorus, anything that's like doing some like very specific frequency movement after your reverb. It's like the reverb's like washing it out, and then the phaser or whatever is adding new like
Yeah.
dips,
Yeah.
like combing
New
to
texture.
the thing.
Yeah.
And it breaks it up even more, so it's less offensive as far as like battling other things in the mix, and it makes it stick out more, so you can turn it down a little more if you want to, or it can be louder.
Right. Or,
Technically,
yeah. More.
Yeah.
More.
it's more
That's
versatile.
nice.
present.
Yeah,
It's fun to imagine like that in a real world space. Like if you had a big ass reverb and like somehow there was like
Like a fan in front of it.
phasers. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Some shit like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or you hear it like a block away that's on the right. It's like so it's like that's the like echo, but then it's also
getting
like
combed
getting
by
combed by the
yeah.
buildings and other
Yeah.
things in the way.
Yeah, totally.
Damn. Yeah.
Like listening to the sound through some vents with like a fan
Yeah.
going through the middle of the vents.
Man,
Dude,
there's
real
just so many
world
fun,
modeling.
like physical modeling,
Yeah.
but with reverb.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, that is the name of the game, at least for me, is like how physical sounding can I get?
Yeah.
Like like one of the points of distortion is to make it sound like it's blowing out the speaker, so it sounds like it's struggling.
I feel like that's why Noisia is like, that's one of the reasons they're so good, is because they figured out like the physical nature of sound, and then how to just make obscure sounds fit into like, it sounds like a real world or like a real like object in front of you. Like they're so good at that.
Yeah, it's insane.
And being able to like make digital audio to sound like it's in a real life space or it's being played right in front of you. I love that kind of like trying to accomplish that.
Yeah, it's insane. I feel like I need better speakers for that, but then I listen to like Noisia on my speakers. I'm like, it's reproducing it.
Yeah.
Like,
good mix will sound good on pretty much any speaker, you know.
Something, I was breaking down their song Sinkhole. Fucking insanely absurd, like just sound design flex of a song. But something I noticed is on their noise bases, the noise is actually like pretty tucked. Compared to like especially the way I do my basses, or even like Copycat, in my mind I was like, oh, he's like kind of tucked, like the high end is in your face, you know, but theirs was like, it was so subtle, but since there was literally nothing else competing in the high end, you can kind of get away with more.
I mean, and when it's pushed loud live, that's still pretty loud. Like,
right.
I'm definitely like one for less noisy of a noise base. Like I want it there, but I just want it there to like imply if you're listening on a phone. Like it's just to be like, oh, there's sub there. Like I don't want it to be a specific, like just like a piece of paper on top of a sub. Like,
well, white noise too. I think I've realized lately, just using more and more white noise in tracks, kind of, and experiment around with it, can really hide a lot of like, you know, muddiness, or like kind of if something's sounding, you know, not as cool as you want it to, not as much high end. White noise can really tie a lot of sounds together. I don't know.
So it can ring, not ring mod, like a good bit crush. Just a hair. Just like, now it's all bright and sparkly.
That's one thing Scope was doing. He had really fun noisy samples that he was just adding alongside his basses. They weren't noise. They were like some weird.
Oh, it makes your mix brighter too. Fills it out a bit. Like,
exactly.
The texture's so nice. That's one of my favorite things is when I get to the, I'm going to add noise to this now. And then my brain is like, how do I do it this time?
Right.
I'm like, what's a fun new plugin I can use to accomplish this? I don't know.
Having like per noise or per like main character noise is nice, because I'll usually like put a couple of different kind of noisy things that are going to be the floor. But having like some on your main riff that's not on another riff, and you change it to a different noise, so now like the whole crispy top end of one part of the track is a different texture than it was before. It's fun.
A little subtle way to change it up.
Just constantly having more and more contrast, I guess. Which makes sense.
What it is.
Contrast, evolution. Just
keep it interesting.
Right. Anything that makes it sound a little less samey in a subtle way that you wouldn't really like consciously notice.
Right.
It's good. It's healthy.
True.
I mean, I guess.
Depending on your style.
It depends on how long you want to be in the basement.
Jacob Waters said some people send audio out through old shitty speakers and record it to get this distortion. A distortion we were talking about a second ago. Similar to guitarists doing reamping. Those moves are so dope.
The reamp is great.
Maybe when we have the compound, we can build a big fan. We'll get a big fan, and then we'll put it in front of the functions, and then we'll reamp.
And it's like a slow fan. It's not like going fast. It's like
Well, you can
So
do
it's
it
just like,
at whatever speed you want.
Well, I guess that's true. You can
Yeah,
do
we'll
it.
test them out.
It's
Test
per,
'em
per
out,
the
yeah.
sound.
Yeah.
That's what we'll do. We'll try and recreate digital sounds in physical space.
Yes.
Oh, that's fun.
That'll be that'll be next
crazy.
level
Some
meta
NFL,
nerd
dude.
shit, dude.
So
This is the only place you can get
NFL.
this actual effect.
You have to come to the compound.
400 headquarters. The reverb in that room goes crazy.
Yeah, we just have a
dude.
silo sticking up. 'Cause It's
Yeah.
like, what is the silo for? Oh, it's an amp room. Like, yeah, there's just a bunch of like mic cables hanging down, and you can just connect whatever mic you want, and then you just
Yep.
go in there and you can just hit things.
Yeah.
You can put an amp in the middle of it
Yeah.
and run
Yeah.
it to one of the studios,
Play
and you
your
can
song
do in
on
and
your
outs.
phone.
Yeah.
I've always
Yeah.
wanted to do that. You record your own convolution reverb
Yeah,
and
yeah.
stuff. You can just
Yeah.
kind of do that.
Have this
Oh,
big
yeah.
Your
ass
own
thing.
impulse responses,
Right.
everything. Yeah.
That'd be fun.
That would be so fun.
Yeah, we've been talking about like going to like a canyon, and you like have some people downwind that have like recording setups. So you get like the close. You get somebody that's like 500 meters away. That's like. You get somebody like way down. They just
Yeah.
get all of them together,
Yeah.
and you're like,
Yeah.
yes,
Damn.
the realest sample pack.
M80 out there or something.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah. That's where my head went. Is fireworks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just a,
I do good. Yeah, get something like
or
very
shoot a
low
gun.
end.
Yeah.
Shoot a gun. Even
Oh,
just
yeah,
bring a
shit.
big ass
Shoot
rig
a
out there
gun.
and
Well,
just
yeah.
like base one shots.
Well, a
just
rig, yeah, or like a snare.
Well, you got a couple different responses. You know, you got
Right.
the shotgun response.
Right, exactly.
You got the M80.
the shotgun canyon
That
response.
and you're like, does
You
anybody
got the
have any
scream.
tracks that they want to play through this so they can
Right.
have some like
canyon reverb.
yeah,
delay.
some canyon reverb.
Yeah. I got this one send that I want in my tune. Just
Mm-hmm.
live in the canyon.
Yeah,
Oh, that'd be so
it
sick.
would be. Oh, the
Yeah.
song would be sick if it just opened with just a just
That would be sick.
just a canyon,
That would be so
fucking
sick.
foghorn.
It's like
Yeah, exactly.
windy as
Yeah.
fuck out there.
Yeah. Yeah. Right.
We came on a bad day. It's freezing fucking cold out here.
It'd be fun to even get just like chants, like echoing through the mountain way in the
yeah.
Right.
distance. Some just layer in the back of your
Hey.
track.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, that's what I noticed. So Virtual Riot just gave out a bunch of stems for his last album, not the recent one, but the one before that. Forget the name. I want to say it's Stealing Fire, but that might be the new one.
Damn.
But in every single track, I swear to God, there's like 20 channels of just chants, like all doing different rhythms and like different pitches and like placed in the stereo. And when you're listening to the song, you don't really hear it.
Yeah.
But then, like, after you break it down, you hear all the stems, you're like, oh, yeah, there are all these fucking chants just everywhere throughout the song. So I've been trying to, like, up my chant game.
Oh, that's
Hilarious.
smart. I'll have to
Yeah.
try that.
Dude, it's crazy,
Your
yeah.
chant game.
Up my chant game.
Yeah. I'd definitely
Chant
add some
game.
texture to your sound, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Right. But
And
you could apply that to a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
Like have a bunch of different pads
Have a
or
bunch
a
of
bunch
pads.
of different textures.
Yeah. Or really, like, subtle reverbed out percussion.
Yeah,
Like tight
yeah.
reverb that's just smaller on the sides kind of thing or something.
Exactly.
That's cool.
Or sprinkles and
What are
sprinkles.
these chants like? Hey.
All over the place.
Hey.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hey. Yeah.
Haze, like
Yeah.
females,
Yeah.
pitched up ones, fucking like tribal, like like war
Oh.
chants kind of shit.
Yeah. War
It's literally just like all of the types of chants in every song. Yeah.
Me and Dave were outside building panels, acoustic stuff, and
Panels acoustic.
Panels acoustic.
panels acoustic, and we had the compressor on, and my compressor is broken, so it like
Right.
it just goes until it like hits its like it's I forget what that thing's called, but it basically like releases the pressure at a certain psi for safety. So it just and then it hits that and and then it goes
Yeah.
again. But it's basically a drone the entire
Yeah.
time, and
Yeah.
it's loud, so we couldn't like listen to tunes. So there's just a drone the whole time, and me and Dave are just like,
I was always trying to get the Indian like.
Yeah, trying to hit, and we're like, yeah, it's like, bro, we should put more fucking
So
like
fun.
hardcore drones, like a real nice, like not just a pad, but like a fucking drone, at least to like start, to get you like a thing to come up with lines. I've been trying to figure out how to like incorporate that, because it's much easier for me to like fiddle around in like a melodic sense if there's a drone. If there's no drone, I'm like, fuck, what's a cool riff? But I feel like if you have at least like a root note or some shit that's just meh, you can just and then just fucking record all that, like the MIDI, and then just delete the drone note.
Yeah.
Interesting.
And then print it and chop that bitch up.
Yeah. It's gonna work.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying?
With that one note. You know.
Right, exactly.
Real well.
Except for those few jazzy notes that you fucking fat fingered.
Right.
Because we're not jazz pianists.
Blue note.
Jacob Waters with the Gifted.
Yo, to permanent. Oh, you lurking permanent?
Oh,
Look at this
permanent's
boy.
lurking in here.
Calling him out.
Fuck yeah, Jacob. Super nice of you, buddy.
Fucking A. You have been lurking long enough.
We didn't get the
Hilarious.
little notification.
Yeah, it's because we're not on the Streamlabs anymore, so I have to like,
Ah,
I have to build that whole thing.
yeah, I see.
It's like a
I see.
pain in the ass.
It's fine.
So, Mr. Shawnee Wasabi, what has been like exciting and new in the studio that you're trying to push for? What's the goal right now?
Honestly, been kind of moving away from the halftime, like neuro hop sound a bit.
Say more.
Wow.
Yeah, it is definitely a wow. I don't know. I've been listening to a lot of like Kessler and Ski Mask and kind of like breaksy, UK and like warehouse vibes and things like that. And I don't know, I'm just kind of trying to like implement that a bit more and like kind of recreate it in my own way and things like that. I don't know. I just got a little tired of like the boom bap kind of like halftime style, I guess. I just needed to switch it up, I guess. But I also always love making that. But I don't know. I'm very excited to kind of like just experiment around with different sounds and different kind of BPMs and rhythms and things like that. Like that's kind of the wave I've been on right now.
Hell yeah. Yeah. Just get out of the headspace you've been in for so long, mix it up.
Yeah, it's just getting a little too formulaic, I think. Like, at least I was. Like, when I sit down to write a track, it was coming out, I'd almost do the exact same process every time. And I'm just kind of trying to break that up a bit and just figure out different ways to start a track, different ways to, like, start a beat or, like, work with some different amounts of swing and things like that. I don't know. But it just goes back to like, this is the style of music I've been listening to now. It's like I've just really gotten into this kind of different sound. And I'd love to apply that to my own creative process kind of too.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I totally understand that shit.
Run it through your filter.
Did that.
Yeah.
Big time.
Yeah.
We at one point we were just like, all we listen to is like drum and bass and like heavy
Yeah, but we're making house.
jungle and 140 and we're making house music. We should probably just make the shit that we listen to.
Dude, I remember that phase. Yeah, I always thought that was so funny because it was like a good year and a half where you guys were like only finding new drum and bass and halftime shit, and I was like, it's got to be coming. It's got to be close. It's gonna happen.
Yeah.
They're gonna start doing it.
Yeah, it kind of like happened when I made like a speed garage track that was like 172, and I was like, wait, what if I put drum and bass drums on this? And then I was like, can I make drum and bass? Right. Am I good enough now?
Yeah.
Right. It wasn't
I
even
haven't tried
an
in
option
years.
in our head up until that point.
Yeah.
We were like, we're not good enough for this.
Yeah.
And then we're like,
Maybe.
we actually might be able to do this.
Yeah. No, you just gotta try different things. Honestly, keep yourself motivated and interested in it. 'Cause
Yeah.
I have a very ADHD brain too, so it's like if the dopamine's not hitting, I'm not gonna go that way.
I ain't sitting there.
You gotta find like what about the music is keeping you sitting there and making it,
Yes.
versus just getting bored and like manipulating the same patch a bunch or something. You gotta like really see where follow the dopamine.
Right.
Follow your dopamine with the.
Dang. Follow your dopamine,
follow
dude.
the
Writing a
dopamine.
track, at least if you're really ADHD brain like me and very dopamine motivated.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. Fuck yeah. And sometimes that's as
right.
simple as just changing the tempo.
Yeah,
Making the thing you always make at a faster speed, and then you're like, holy fuck, new project time.
Or making something you never would even think or try to make, like, you know, try making a pop song, try singing, try doing some crazy thing like that, you know, just to get your juices flowing a bit. You might learn something too, like doing that, you know, like you learn, oh, this is actually kind of cool, you know.
100%,
And it will stretch your brain.
Oh yeah,
because I tried to get Copycat to play a tune, and he was like, I'm actually looking for 150 right now, and I was like, well, fuck, I don't have any 150. I got like nothing for 150, so I started trying to make 150. I was like, well, I might as well fill that slot, you know.
Yeah.
Want to be anywhere between 140 and like 200, basically.
Yeah.
I've been really liking like 140, 160, like garage tempo, like double time, not like 140, like you know, slow 140, like fast 140, fast 160. I love doing that. It's so fun to get some cool breaks going at that speed and really try to see how you can get some cool rhythms going, you know, like, I don't know. That's like my favorite thing lately, honestly, in this studio is just like getting a break, chopping it up all crazy, and just trying to get a cool drum groove going. Like, I don't know. That will always scratch an itch for my brain, honestly.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Are you trying to just take the sample and manually chop it and rearrange it? Or are you like throwing it into like some weird ARPs or fucking pads?
That's what I was going to ask. Let's go.
Yeah. For drum breaks a lot, I've been working in audio, just chopping it in audio.
Okay.
And then like Infiltrator on your drum group is really cool. They got the sequencer, bunch of different effects you can kind of sequence out. And it's really great for like those kind of jungle breaks where you want some, every now and then you want to just go all crunchy or crazy or stretch out or something. There's a lot of time stretch effects in Infiltrator too that are fun for breaks. Things like that I just really love. And then also like there's some new drum like sequencers with Ableton 12. I think there's like rhythmic steps, I think it's called. It's like it's kind of just a little drum sequencer. You can put it on a drum pad. That can get you some pretty fun ideas pretty quick too. Or like put it on Addictive Drums or something. You can kind of fill in the like chances. It's called Rhythmic Steps.
Oh, okay.
It's a drum sequencer. It's stock. I think it came with Ableton 12. Maybe might have been in the other Abletons, but it's definitely like, you know, it's made just to put on your drum pad, I think, but or like the Ableton drum pad. But you know, you can like kind of program it in a sense of like how probability I think that the note's gonna hit. You can have like the probability of the velocities and things like that too. But that can really just like get you some fun drums real quick. You can resample them, you know, like those, you know, kind of cool like rhythms and things like that. And then like, I don't know, I've just been getting into sequencers a lot too. Pigments sequencer. If you know Arturia, they make an Analog Lab, and they're like synth. It's like kind of, I'd say it's kind of similar to Razor or something, but it's like got a sequencer in it that's just so good to use. Like,
oh really?
I don't know. I've been messing around with like polymetric sequences or like polyrhythm sequences that are like, you know, you got your 4/4 bar, and then the sequence is kind of repeating an extra like maybe 5 or like 9 or like something like that, where it's like it's not perfectly lined up. It's basically just polyrhythms though. That can be really fun for like little bleeps and bloops and stuff in your track. I don't know. I really want to get into modular too lately, because I've just fallen in love with like Pigment Sequencer and these other drum like sequencers and things, and it's just so fun to like work that way, because it's also like goes back to what I was talking about. The dopamine is like, you know, if you sit there and program a whole beat out, you know, your dopamine's going to reach so much. But if you just like are randomly generating one, and then you hear one that's like, oh, that's crazy, your dopamine's like firing like crazy then, because it's like, you didn't make it, you know, you didn't make it. It's like came out randomly. So it's a whole nother layer to it that I like. I don't know. Yeah, that's kind of where I've been at a lot with the production. I want to get into modular a lot too. So
yeah, I'd love to get in modular. I don't have deep enough pockets for that shit.
Yeah, it is a little expensive.
Because I'd love to have some like tube boys that you just are like, I'm gonna run my whole track through this tube. And just watch it glow.
So bad.
Yeah.
I want that so bad.
I know.
Yeah. No, there's some good ones. Like, I don't know. I really want to get more into it, because it's also just, working on your computer too, I think.
Yeah, it's not the same.
You don't get that tactile feedback. And I have like APC 40 that runs really well with Ableton racks. So you can kind of twist knobs with it.
Mm-hmm.
And that, like, just having the tactile feedback really kind of, it's just fun, honestly. It just feels good.
Yeah.
And I think a big, like, fun thing about modular, why I do want to get more into it, is like, you know, you're getting all this tactile, you're really like hands-on playing and getting the sounds you want, as opposed to just kind of like clicking and typing and clicking.
Well, that, and you have two inputs.
Yeah.
Which is way better than one, and then you got to like map it, do the other one, and by the time you get it all mapped, you're like, all right, I'm over it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, being able to sit there.
Yeah.
I saw Copycat did a video today where he's just like on a little mini thing, kind of like what Scope was using for his mixing.
Yeah.
Just a little
A little
knobs thing.
Korg guy.
And he was just like,
Yeah.
and he was like, all right, it did that.
Well, it's just
And
so
then
much more
just videos.
fun, probably, too,
Yeah.
honestly. Like, you know, you can only get so much
Yeah, you're
fun
gonna
out
get
of...
really good shit out of that.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, the computer's a little sterile. We got another question here for Smoke. You just talked about doing something different. You make a lot of cool ambient intros. Have you ever done a full ambient track? If not, why?
Yeah, actually, I definitely have. I was going to actually play some ambient tracks tonight
let's
after.
go.
I just wrote, like... I write ambient a lot, actually. Like, maybe once a month I'll just have some ambient sessions, because it's almost meditative. And the way I'll approach ambient tracks is, like, very generative, like random, just generative, like, stuff. Like, you know, just using sequencers like I was talking about, and then also just using, like... the random device on Ableton, you can kind of just use that and lock it to scales. But like, I love making ambient because it is like, it's almost a meditative process of like, you're sitting there and it's just very chill. It's not like, I'm not trying to make a banger or like trying to make a club song. It's just like, I'll just be nice sitting there, have a nice relaxing few hours of making an ambient tune and go to bed, you know? That's what I love. I love ambient. I love making ambient. Yeah, I got some kind of weird ambient tracks I've been working on this week that was like kind of half ambient, half breaksy flavor, but still very chill and very like, not, you know, maybe not the club dancing
Like-
vibe, but
Like the jungle, like
Yeah.
Atmospheric
liquidy.
Yes,
stuff?
yeah,
Let's
yeah.
go.
Yeah, just
That's my
working on
favorite.
the vibe of the track most
Yeah.
of all. Like, what are the atmospherics? Like, what vibe does it all give you? A lot of reverb and all that
Those are the
stuff.
best
like,
tracks.
and then like my other favorite thing about making ambient tracks too is like texturing them, because you can really like, I don't know, you can do some fun things with the Foleys and different kind of recorded sounds in an ambient track that can kind of just really make it all sound like so fun. I don't know, so textured. Like, textured music is, I think, my favorite thing. you know?
Yeah. Yeah, that's why Ivy
Same.
Lab is so good. It's
Yeah.
like
Oh,
fucking
yeah.
so
Oh, yeah.
textured. It's
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah.
Like every song, you're like, oh my god, the noise floor is so loud.
Yeah.
And like so dense, but
Yeah.
you can still like hear every element,
Yeah.
more or less, you know?
Yeah,
It's so good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
so good.
Fuck yeah.
It's got an opener.
It just twists off.
Twist
Oh,
off.
it's a twist
Yeah,
off?
a little twisty.
What?
I
Yeah,
know.
bro.
Jacob's asking if any of ambient stuff is on Bandcamp.
Not right now. I haven't really released any ambient. It's kind of
Okay.
mostly just making it, I don't know, just for my own fun of it. But I do
Fair.
want to release a lot more music this year. So I don't know, maybe I'll release a little ambient project or ambient EP or something.
Yeah, that'd be
you heard
cool.
it here first.
Yeah, you
Whoa.
heard it
You
here
heard it
first.
first, guys.
Exclusive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Top
exclusive.
putty tat.
This is Chunk.
Well,
Yeah.
he says
Your
he'll
age
buy
is
all
showing.
my ambient if I put it on Bandcamp, so maybe I will do
I think
that.
he already bought all your other
Yeah.
stuff too. He said earlier he bought it all.
Oh, thanks, dude. I
Yeah.
appreciate the support. Thank
Dude,
you.
Jacob's the goat.
Jacob is the goat.
Huh, Chunk?
Yeah. He's out here getting questions going,
Oh.
subbing, calling
Yeah,
out people
throwing
in the chat.
subs.
This guy's the best.
Oh, so what up, Hershey?
Yeah, I did see Hershey. I might have some TikToks.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the new track
The
is
new track?
good.
Oh, the
The monsters
I
that
was
you
like,
and
what
Drew.
new track?
It's good, dude. I had
Oh,
fun
yeah.
with that one.
Hell yeah, let's go.
Mr. Aznadel and Cheese released a track
Yeah.
today, guys.
Yeah,
Yeah.
check it out for sure.
Yeah.
I support it, but
But I don't.
no.
Not for you. Yeah.
Cartoon music.
You got to find a balance of meme and music.
Yeah. That's why in my
true.
sets I always play Monsters Inc. into Crazy Frog, so I can just get my fucking flips and silly shit out of the way.
Done.
Yeah. Here's our silly part of the set, and then we infected serious fucking.
Hilarious.
That's funny.
I joke, everybody. I love the boys, obviously.
Have you watched that AU5 video where he's talking about like the preservation of detail in clipping?
No.
Okay, cool. We can watch
I
that.
haven't really been on Instagram a lot.
That's fair.
Good for you.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Amazing.
I've been trying to limit the Instagram anyway.
Yeah.
I won't say I've been perfect.
That's how it goes.
All right. Cool. How do we start it over after I unmute it? Can I?
Yeah, just exit, go back in. That should work.
I was wondering, is it possible to make a detail-preserving clipper only using free plugins? Yes, but first, what does that even mean, and why would you want that? Clipping is what happens when you drive a signal hard enough into a saturator to the point where it starts to clip the top and bottom of the waveform. For instance, when you clip a sine wave hard enough, it begins to turn into a square wave. Now, clipping is a really useful technique for both mixing and sound design. The caveat with clipping is when you clip a signal too hard, the peaks get flattened, and any detail that is present in there also gets removed. So for instance, a more complex waveform like this sine wave with a higher frequency saw wave, when we clip that, the peaks get completely flattened. There's a plugin called Newfangled Saturate which claims to be a detail preserving clipper. And as you can see, when I increase the drive, as it clips, it actually preserves this detail in the peaks. But that plugin is $50, and I wanted to see if I could recreate it with even more flexibility.
This fucking psycho.
And with what I like to call high-passed fold-back distortion.
What?
That's how we do it. First, set your saturator to digital clip mode and create a hard clipper. Then create an effect rack. Then drop a utility into a second chain and invert the channel polarity. This creates a delta rack so that anything that goes above the clipping threshold is actually what comes through. So I'm going to rename this rack Delta and then create another effect rack. I'm going to then mute this delta chain and then add another hard clipping saturator. Next, insert a kilohertz compactor after this saturator. Then set its sidechain input to the track you're on and then delta post effects. Compactor is what's known as a sidechain ring modulator that takes the sidechain input amplitude and subtracts it from another signal with sample accuracy. What we're going to do is turn the attack down to 0, the release down to 0, and set it to ISP mode, enable sidechain input 3-4. We're also going to turn the stereo all the way up to unlink the channels. Now, what I just made is simply a fold back distortion. Anything that goes above the clipping threshold gets folded back because the signal gets subtracted. But we don't want to subtract the bass frequencies from our signal. We just want to subtract the top end. That's where the detail is. So I'm going to drop an EQ8 onto the delta rack and then enable high pass and 12 decibel per octave slope for minimal phase shifting, and then just bring it to around like 2-3K. Now we're actually getting some detail preservation while still clipping it.
And
there are
you get the
multiple ways
EQ
to control the amount
adjust.
of detail preservation, but I like to use a limiter after the high pass and reduce the ceiling. For convenience, I map the high pass cutoff and limiter ceiling to macros. And for comparison with the same gain, this is detail preservation off, and this is detail preservation on. Here's a more practical but extreme example of a breakbeat over top of an overblown sub. No detail preservation. The sub just eats all the top end, and now width.
Whoa.
The groove actually comes through.
Damn. Damn. You might have to make
Positive love. Showing the love.
Back from
That's
this
a
fucking
good idea.
guy.
He's so smart, dude.
He's great. Yeah,
He's
he is so super smart.
How does he even figure that stuff out?
That's what I was going to say.
He's literally got a vendetta against anybody making money. He's just like, I'm going to make this for free and give it to everybody.
No, that's
He literally
awesome.
calls out
keeps
the
doing
plugin
this.
too. He's just like, you know this plugin? Here's how you do it.
Yeah, and with more detail.
Yeah.
Here's how you do it better with stock. Oh,
Well, not quite
what
stock.
A blessing to the
you
scene.
need compactor, but it's free.
Yeah.
Oh, that's true.
Compactor's awesome. I've been
Compactor's
using it
crazy
so much.
good. Yeah, everybody should.
I've been experimenting
It is the
with
chosen
like
one.
you can. I've been using it like kind of like how you use Soothe with sidechain, but instead of using Soothe, I've been using kind of compactor lately. If two elements are really clashing, you can just kind of, I don't know, make them
marry 'em.
Sidechain.
Yeah, like fold them in on each other because it's just like basically taking away the waveform. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, it's insane.
It's so good. It's so I fucking love it so much.
Yeah. We talk
it was
about
a
it all
game
the time.
changer.
Still have never used it.
Yeah, apparently
One day.
Tom Finster's gonna put out a rack for Bitwig. That is that
Based off that.
clip in.
Cool.
Yeah.
And I would imagine he put a couple extra little goodies in that rack.
Yeah, probably.
Damn.
Yeah, he's a super nerd.
Tommy boy.
Are you guys in
Shout out
Bitwig?
Tom Finster.
Yeah. We're both
Yeah.
in bid.
I got it
Bitwig.
downloaded. I was messing around with a bit, but I
I
haven't gotten
fucking-
in on it yet.
Dude, it's
Yeah.
the best.
It seems really good, honestly.
It is.
I love it.
It's
I love
so
it
sick.
so much.
I still couldn't fully convert. Maybe one day, but it's really good. It's better than Ableton in every way except for one thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Except for
Well,
one
the one
crucial
thing.
thing that Nolan will never get over.
Yeah.
Pitching audio by semitones in the audio area.
Yeah.
Which I'm glad that was such a big deal for like hearing Frequent and Scope.
Yeah,
both say that.
Scope was like, that thing.
Yeah, like I was,
yeah.
that made
Which,
me feel
if
a
it's-
little bit better.
If it's a part of your workflow, like I totally
They seem
totally
to be
understand.
very audio focused.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
I don't know. I just work around that. It doesn't like maybe when I first started, that was like I was like, oh yeah, I can't do that. All right, and so I just like figured out a way around it, and now I just like, I just
Same.
Yeah.
do without it. Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know. But I get it.
Yeah.
Well, we've done over an hour, boys.
All right. Damn.
Oh, that
fuck.
flew by, damn.
Damn, I meant to send you some clips next time,
Oh, next time.
dude.
All good.
Thank you for joining us, Sean.
Yes,
this was
Thank
fun.
dude,
you guys
Sean,
for
this was
having me.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
I love your podcast. Love what you're doing.
Let's go,
Yeah.
man. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
I took almost a whole page of notes. That's good.
Yes,
That's a good
there you
episode.
go.
Good.
That's a
Yeah.
good episode.
It was a great episode.
Shout
And now we're gonna do some.
Yeah, we're gonna do
DJing.
Yeah.
some DJing.
Got some new tunes.
Quick shout out to Jacob, Permanent, and Hershey in chat.
Yeah.
Ups.
We see you, boys.
Yeah, appreciate
Um,
the support.
Yep. Go sign up for our Patreon. It's gonna get juicy. There's only a couple $1 slots left.
It's
Yeah.
true.
We drop a 40 sample pack every day on there. So
That's a lie.
I look forward to
That's
that.
That is a lie, and we are due
We
to
are
drop
past
you
due.
guys a fat 3-monther.
Yeah.
So
I
it'll
do
be
have
like
lots of
150
chopped
samples or
breaks.
something.
I have lots and lots of chopped breaks that I
Oh,
made.
send me that, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I basically
yeah.
built like a grid brake chopper in Bitwig that's just got lots of shit. You can just fucking map and it just
Oh.
auto just destroys things.
Speaking my language.
Yeah, it's great. All right, folks, we're going to take a quick break and change the title, and then Mr. smokeA here is going to do a little set for us. So stay tuned. 15, 20 minutes, and we'll be back, guys.
Bye, everybody.
Sweet. Bye.
Bye YouTube.